Sally Yates says you went rogue. Isn't that accurate?
It is not accurate.
Well, why would she say that? She sure didn't compliment you. I was sitting right here, bigger than Dallas. Listen to her. She said you went rogue. Now you're investigating the Republican nominee for President of the United States. Okay,
No.
You've already finished with the Democratic nominee.
Yeah, we
now
were not
the Republican nominee, and you got a FISA warrant that was a lie, and you say, well, it wasn't. You're head of the FBI. Didn't you check? Didn't you go, hey guys, this is this is a nominee for President of the United States. Let's sit down and talk about what's your evidence. You never did that?
Hey folks, welcome back. If you thought Senate hearings were boring, think again. Today's showdown between Senator John Kennedy and former FBI Director James Comey was pure fireworks with a dash of Southern sass. Kennedy didn't just question Comey, he slow-roasted him like a Thanksgiving turkey, from calling him an egotist to saying the FBI might be better off if he'd become a driving instructor. This one had everything. Before we jump in, hit that subscribe button because trust me, this kind of political theater doesn't come around every day.
You have been an equal opportunity egotist. You have tried to screw both Trump and Clinton. You misspoke. Didn't you realize that could have an impact on the election?
Oh, potentially, sure. And I was trying to offer...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was trying to offer transparency about the justification for ending an investigation of intense interest to the American people in July 5th of 2016.
Well, you gave us a full dose of transparency. 11 days before the election, you sent a letter to Congress saying, never mind what I said in my press conference, my unprecedented press conference, I'm going to reopen the investigation, didn't you?
Correct. I didn't say what you just said in the letter, but I told the chairs of the committees we were reopening the investigation to examine some additional material.
And then a few days later, right before the election, you said, never mind. She didn't do anything.
No, I said the examination was completed and it doesn't change our view.
And we're not talking about a parking ticket here. We're talking about the Democratic nominee for President of the United States, the most powerful person in the free world. And you didn't think that would have an impact on the election?
Oh, I knew it could potentially have an impact no matter what we did.
And you don't like attention?
Yes, both of those things are true at the same time. Sometimes you have to make hard decisions and you don't like attention.
Let's talk about Trump. You didn't really care about Dr. Page, did you? You wanted Trump, didn't you?
That is not accurate.
Yeah. When you went and got these warrants to investigate Dr. Page, that you don't remember much about, what did that allow you to do? Could you follow him around?
First, I didn't, Senator, go get any warrants. The investigative team and the lawyers from DOJ got offers.
Right. Could you follow him around with the authority from FISA?
No, you didn't need authority from FISA to follow someone around. This was about electronic surveillance.
Oh, so you could wiretap him?
It allowed you to collect electronic communications that he was engaged in.
You can wiretap him?
Yeah, that's the old-fashioned term, but yes, it gave you authority to collect electronic communications. Almost no one uses.
Could you bug him?
I don't think there was authority in the FISA application for a remote listening device.
Could you open his mail?
I don't think that was included either.
But you don't remember?
I don't. It's easy to figure out, but I don't. Sitting here, I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. And you're saying today that that if you knew now what you didn't know then, that you wouldn't have signed the application?
I would not have signed the narrow certification that the FBI director has to give, but more importantly, I'd want to know from the team, how are you thinking about this? Why are these things not being included?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're a smart guy. You're honors graduate, William and Mary, Chicago Law School. and you don't like attention. And I'm trying to understand that you're investigating the Republican nominee for President of the United States. Okay,
No.
You've already finished with the Democratic nominee.
Yeah, we
Now
were
it's
not
the Republican
investigating.
nominee, and you got a FISA warrant that was a lie, and you say, well, it wasn't. You're head of the FBI. Didn't you check? Didn't you go, hey guys, this is this is a nominee for President of the United States. Let's sit down and talk about what's your evidence. You never did that?
Senator, we were never investigating the candidate, the Republican candidate, Mr. Trump. This was about a surveillance warrant on someone who was no longer associated with the campaign.
Oh, you just got his name out of the white pages.
Whose name?
And then with General Flynn, you've wrapped up your investigation, but you decide to take one more shot. Sally Yates says you went rogue. Isn't that accurate?
It is not accurate.
Well, why would she say that? She sure didn't compliment you. I was sitting right here, bigger than Dallas. Listen to her. She said you went rogue.
Is he asking me what she meant by that?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
No, I think she was disappointed that I didn't coordinate the Flynn interview with her in advance, and I understood her concern about that. I think she understood my explanation afterwards as to why I used my authority, which I had, to do it without coordinating.
But you don't like attention.
I stand by my earlier answer. I love attention from my grandchildren and my children and my wife. The rest of it, I could let politicians have it.
Can we agree that the FBI is the premier law enforcement agency in all of human history?
I think so. At risk of offending DEA, I think so.
Mr. Comey, if you'd chosen a different career, say a driving instructor, and you'd never pursued a career at the FBI, don't you think the FBI would be better off?
I didn't pursue a career at the FBI. I was very happily teaching at Columbia when I was asked to become FBI director.
Right out of the gate, Kennedy goes full Louisiana lawyer mode. He stares down Comey and says, "You've been an equal opportunity egotist. You tried to screw both Trump and Clinton." Comey tries to keep his cool, but Kennedy isn't letting go. He adds with that trademark grin, "You don't like attention? Sir, you held more press conferences than Beyoncé had concerts in 2016. The whole room tensed up. You could feel Comey wishing for the floor to open. Kennedy switches gears. Let's talk about that Clinton email investigation. He hammers Comey for holding a press conference and then writing that infamous letter to Congress just 11 days before the election. Kennedy goes, "You gave us transparency. All right, 11 days before America voted. That's not transparency, that's TNT." Comey admits, "I knew it could have an impact." Kennedy leans back and says, "Well, bless your heart, you sure did." That one had even the staffers trying not to smirk. Then Kennedy drops the big one, the Trump investigation. "You weren't really after Carter Page, were you? You wanted Trump." Comey stone-faced, "That's not accurate, Senator." Kennedy fires back, "You were head of the FBI and you're investigating the Republican nominee for president. You didn't think that maybe, just maybe, you should double-check the paperwork?" Comey fumbles through legal jargon. Kennedy shakes his head and says, "You can wiretap a man, but you can't fact-check your own agency. Lord have mercy." At this point, even the microphones were sweating. And then, oh boy, the Sally Yates bomb. Kennedy, "Sally Yates said you went rogue. I was sitting right here, bigger than Dallas, and I heard her." Comey shoots back, "That's not accurate." Kennedy smirks, "Well, she sure didn't say you were Employee of the Month, either." Comey tries to justify it, talking about authority and procedure. Kennedy rolls his eyes and says, "You call it authority, the rest of us call it freelancing." Even Comey had to fight back a grin on that one. Then came the knockout line, classic Kennedy. "Mr. Comey, if you'd chosen another career, say a driving instructor, don't you think the FBI would be better off?" The audience gasped. Comey mumbled something about teaching at Columbia before joining the bureau. Kennedy didn't miss a beat. Well, maybe you should have stayed there, Professor. Less drama, fewer wiretaps. At that moment, you knew it was over. Kennedy 1, Comey 0. That hearing was part Senate oversight, part comedy roast, and 100% Southern justice. Kennedy turned that committee room into a courtroom and Comey into the witness nobody wanted to be. If there's one thing we learned today, it's that Senator Kennedy doesn't just ask questions, he cross-examines souls. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next Washington showdown. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay free.